Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I love when you guys comment, so if you like this video, just like it and leave a comment what you think. Today I want to talk about radical independence. And what I mean by this is just being financially independent, being emotionally independent. Really those are the two main things. And I feel like what holds a lot of people back in our society is that they never learn how to meet their needs themselves, and so they're constantly grasping at other people and putting up with things from other people so that they can get these needs met. So for example, let's say, someone has, let's say someone's 20 years old, right? And they live with their parents, and they, in a perfect world, if they had all the money, they would move out on their own and start their own life, maybe still talk to their family, but not be living with them every day. But because they are scared or they don't know how to be independent, they stay living with their family. And let's say the family is abusive and toxic, and the kid has all these dreams, all these aspirations, and all the family does is just tell them, oh, that's stupid, you can never achieve that, don't even try, and they kind of push them onto the track that they want their life to take. And I feel like this happens a lot, and I feel like if people learned how to be independent and took a leap kind of into the unknown and learned and tried to be more independent, then a lot of people would be able to manifest a lot more of their dreams and manifest the life that they really want for themselves. Because, as we're growing up, if you're still living around your family, and it's not just family, this is just the example I'm talking about right now. If you're always around your family, you're living with them, you're not going to be able to, unless your parents are the most open-minded and supportive parents, you're not going to be able to pursue wholeheartedly what your dreams are. And maybe you can't even be yourself around your family, and that's another problem. But this can go for friends, this can go for relationships. Obviously, a lot of people use relationships as a financial gain, I guess. I don't think people purposely go into the relationship like, oh, I'm going to use this person for money. But I think what happens is, people move in together and they're paying half of whatever house or whatever rent that they owe, and if the other person wasn't there, they wouldn't be able to afford it. And so what happens then is you're in this situation where you need the other person, and you don't really need them, but you think you need them in order to make all your bills and all that stuff. And so when this person starts acting up in any toxic way, they start telling you what to do, they start draining your energy, they start just influencing you in a bad way because you're dependent on them for their money, you're not gonna probably leave the relationship, and that's gonna put a huge roadblock in for your success in life, really. And for me, I think I moved here when I was 18 and kind of decided I wanted to be independent very early, but I did this because I never was, I guess I didn't feel like I belonged really in my family, so it was easy for me to see that and to leave that and to kind of try to stand on my own 2 feet. But obviously that was a long process. I feel like it actually probably took me think 3 or 4 years before I ever completely lived on my own. And during those years, it's like, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but like as a teenager, it's like you know you need to become an adult, you need to become independent, and it's very scary as well because you're young, you're basically like a kid, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And then obviously it doesn't help, half of us are drinking and doing drugs during that time. But I swear it used to like loom over me like a dark cloud, like shit, like I need to kind of spread my wings and be able to meet my needs financially and be able to meet my needs emotionally. And if I don't do this, then I'm going to continue being in these relationships where I was depending on these guys to meet those needs for me. And in that way, it becomes very codependent and just toxic. I mean, I feel like the relationships would have been toxic regardless of if I was fully independent yet, but it would have helped so much if I was, because then if someone was treating me like shit, I wouldn't have stayed there. I would have been out of there, And so I remember just being fucking terrified of living on my own, terrified of how I was gonna make ends meet, how I was gonna pay my bills, scared of being on my own. Yeah, and that was a horrible feeling, and I feel like I lived like that for a few years until I finally kind of ripped the Band-Aid off. And it wasn't by my own choice, it was out of circumstance that I ended up that I needed to live on my own. But honestly, it's like the best thing that ever happened to me. Because, when it's like survival, it's like you're gonna figure out a way to pay your bills, you're gonna figure out how to structure your life so you can be successful. And yeah, I see way too many people stuck, I guess, in depending on their families to tell them what to do, how to live their lives, depending on their boyfriend or girlfriend to help them financially. One second. Yeah, people just really, if you think about it, like barely anyone is independent, A lot of people, they're married because of financial reasons, really, and then they have kids together, and then that's a shared responsibility. And so, they've never truly been on their own before, and I just think that everyone kind of needs to... It's like, you need to know that if your family's gone, if your relationship ends, if your friends move away, you need to know that you're going to be okay on your own. You need to figure out what your needs are, and you need to figure out how to meet those needs. And just in this way, you're taking so much more power over your life. And, being on your own can be scary, but at the same time, it's like, I don't think a lot of people realize how much of their energy gets spent just, trying to get along with your family, trying to make a relationship work, hanging out with people that aren't good influences. That takes a lot of energy, and that's all that energy could be used to build up your life so you can be successful. So yeah, I guess the thing that I dislike seeing the most is people that are living their lives for other people, basically. Like, people who are living their lives for what their parents want because they're too scared to go off on their own, and so their parents' opinions become their opinions, and they never get that mental independence where, you know, they can contemplate their own life, contemplate what it is that they really want, and actually go after those things. And it's like, you know, we don't need more people working in offices, working at the grocery store, like, and it's not like I'm talking shit on these jobs. I'm just saying, you know, whatever it is that you love doing, there's a reason that was put in your heart, you know, as a child, or whenever you figure out what it is you really love doing, and it's worth the sacrifice to pursue that, because it's like, everyone's so unique. If we keep going into these jobs where we're not able to show our unique gifts and abilities, then basically your life's just being wasted. You're working for someone else. You're giving that energy to someone else. And it could be used to bring, I don't know, something fucking amazing into the world that only you could bring into the world. So, and obviously, like, I know it's easier said than done. I know that obviously we live in, I don't know, a society where, and especially here in California, like, things are expensive. But, you know, if you need to work at a job like this, I guess when you're not at work, figure out what it is that you want to give back to the world. Figure out what it is that only you can bring to the world. And when you're not at work, instead of partying and, you know, arguing with your parents or trying to get their approval or whatever it is, like, work on that thing so that one day that you can make that your primary focus, and maybe one day you can quit the job that's taking your energy that you have no passion for anyways, you know? So, yeah, I just want everyone to take power back over their lives and realize that you don't need anyone except for yourself and except for God or the universe or whatever you want to call it, you know? When you're connected to that, I don't know, that place within yourself that has abundant love and peace and joy, when you're connected to that and you are the master of your own mind and you're not at the, you know, you're not just letting it fucking run crazy and control your whole life, you know? It's like, you're just gonna be so much more happy. Because, like I said, you're not gonna need anyone else. And not that you should shut people out. Obviously, it's important to connect to people. But the beauty of, like, for me at least, because I moved out here on my own and because I'm not close with my family, it gives me the opportunity to create my own family and choose the best people who are going to lift me up, who are going to inspire me, who are going to, you know, just kind, amazing people, and I can choose those people and they can become my family. And, you know, that's a lot better than being around people that just suck your energy and don't contribute to you. And I'm not saying this for my family, you know, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, you know, carefully choose who's in your life. Like, start from square one. Get your shit together. Build your life up. Get your finances straight. Get your living situation straight. Figure it out, what it is you love to do. And work on that shit. And then you can add other stuff to that later on. Alright. And that's all I have to say today. I hope you guys all have a great day. And I hope this inspires someone to, I don't know, rethink how your life is structured and maybe kind of start over and start making new decisions. Alright, bye guys. I also want to add just that when you do live on your own and you figure out how to be your own best friend, basically, like, you're going to be so much more confident in your life as well. And I really don't think there's a better source of confidence than just knowing that, you know, you got your own back, basically. And yeah.